Okay. Good afternoon, students. Today I am going to explain the Leibniz rule. NITZ, Leibniz rule, and problems on Leibniz rule. Differentiation of integral, that is nothing but the rule is related to differentiation of an integral. This is a new concept to you, which is very useful to objective pattern examinations. These concepts also repeated in integrals also. So, how to differentiate an integral? That is the rule. So, by Leibniz rule, we have integral from phi 1x to phi 2x of f of t dt. This is suppose the integral. Here the lower limit is phi 1, upper limit is phi 2. The given function is in terms of t or in terms of other variable x. Now differentiating this integral, differentiating with this integral with x, derivative of this integral is nothing but replace t with upper limit in the function at first into derivative of the upper limit minus replace t with the lower limit here into derivative of the lower limit. This is the formula to evaluate the derivative of an integral. Once the integral is given in this form, the limits of the integral are functions of x, and you have to find the derivative of that integral with respect to x. You have to go through this Leibniz rule. This is our Leibniz rule. No need of proof to this Leibniz rule, but applications is important. Similarly, once the lower limit is 0 or a constant, of course, suppose the integral is in the form integral some constant a to phi x, f of t dt, the derivative of such integral is nothing but f of phi x into phi dash x only, because since here the derivative of the lower limit constant is 0, the derivative of lower limit the constant is 0, hence straight away you can take f of phi x into phi dash x. So, this is also obtained from this formula only, taking phi 1 as a constant function. This derivative becomes 0, hence this term vanishes in this formula. So, using this Leibniz rule, we have certain problems related to increasing and decreasing functions. Now, based on this, let us consider this problem. Find the intervals in which f(x) equal to 0 to x e power t minus 1 into t plus 1 into t minus 2 into t plus 4, Now I will write it here, in which f(x) equal to 0 to x e power t minus 1 into and t plus 1 into t plus t minus 2 into t plus 4 dt. dt increases and decreases, increases and decreases. Find the interval in which fx equal to 0 to x of e power t minus 1 into t plus 1 into t minus 2 into t plus 4 dt increases and decreases. So coming to the solution of this one, given fx equal to, this is a function of x, once you integrate that function and taking the limits in that function or in that integral value, you get a function of x. Hence taking that one as function of x, integral 0 to x e power t minus 1 t plus 1 t minus 2 t plus 4 dt by Leibniz rule. Leibniz rule, NITZ, Leibniz rule. Here f dash x equal to, derivative of fx is f dash x. F dash x equal to, derivative of the integral is obtained by replacing t with x, the upper limit in the function. We get e power x minus 1 into x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 4, and derivative of x with respect to x. Derivative of x with respect to x is 1 itself, minus 0, because derivative of the lower limit is 0. So this is f dash x, because the derivative of upper limit, the derivative of x with respect to x is 1. So this is our function f dash x. Now the increasing and decreasing nature of the function fx to be discussed with the help of this f dash x. Now fx is increasing. Now fx is increasing. Now fx is increasing. Now fx is increasing when f dash x is greater than 0. Strictly increasing, suppose strictly I am taking strictly increasing. Fx is increasing when f dash x is greater than 0. That is e power x minus 1 into x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 4 is greater than 0. This is possible. This is possible for what values of x, that is to be determined. So let us consider the critical points here. Critical points means where f dash x is 0 or f dash does not exist. F dash x equal to 0 here whenever x is 0, because e power 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 0. So 0, minus 1, 2 and minus 4 here. Let us consider those critical points on the real axis. Now observe the values of x for which this expression is greater than 0. Once you take x is more than 2, x is more than 2, this one f dash x is clearly positive, because x more than 2 it is positive. X more than 2 it is positive, it is positive. X more than 2 e square minus 1. More than e square minus 1 means e square is more than 1, so positive. So all the factors are positive for x is more than 2. Hence here f dash x is greater than 0, which follows whenever x lies between 0 and 2, whenever x lies between 0 and 2 here, clearly this is negative, because less than 2, x is less than 2. This is negative, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive. X more than 0, this is clearly x more than 0, means e power x is more than 1. hence positive. So that this is positive, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive. Hence clearly it is negative. In this interval f dash x is negative. Now coming to x lies between -1 to 0. X is negative and less than -1, less than -1. This is positive. This is positive. This is negative. This is negative because x less than 0 and more than -1. This is negative. This is positive. Positive, negative. And this one is clearly positive. And because x is more than -1, x plus 1 is more than 0. And this one, x is more than -1 and x lies, of course, x lies between -1 and 0. Taking rising to the power e power, we get e power -1 is less than e power x is less than e power 0. 1 by e is less than e power x is less than 1. So this is clearly less than 1, less than 1. Hence e power x -1 is negative. This is negative. So negative into positive into negative into positive. Negative into positive into negative into positive means totally positive. So in this interval f dash x is positive. Now x is still less than -1 and more than -4. More than -4 and less than -1 case. In such case, this is clearly negative. This is negative. This one is negative. This one is negative. This one is positive. X lies between -4 and -1. X plus 4 is positive. And coming to this one, x lies between -4 and -1. E power x lies between e power -4 and e power -1. So e power x lies between 1 by e power 4 and 1 by e. 1 by e is positive but less than 1. Hence e power x -1 is negative. This is negative. So negative into negative into negative into positive. So totally negative. In this case f dash x is negative. Similarly, x less than -4, x less than -4. In such case, x less than -4. In such case, this is negative. This is also negative. This is also negative. This is also negative. So negative into negative into negative into negative. Totally positive. So here f dash x is positive. So x more than 2, f dash x is positive. F more lies between 0 and 2, f dash x is negative. Lies between -1 and 0, f dash x is greater than 0. That means you can observe that alternatively plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. So in such case, f dash x is positive, f dash x is positive. Then in such case, f dash x is positive in the intervals 2 to infinity and again -1 to 0 and again -infinity to -4. 2 to infinity and -1 to 0, x lies between -1 to 0 also, that is greater than 0, and x less than -4 also, it is positive. Then f is increasing in the interval, particularly -infinity to -4, of course, -infinity to -4, union -1 to 0, union 2 to infinity, -infinity to -4, -infinity to -4, and this is -1 to 0, -1 to 0, and 2 to infinity, f dash x is positive, hence it is increasing. Similarly, f dash x is negative, that is e power x -1 into x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 4 is negative. For x lies between, for x lies in interval minus 4 to minus 1, minus 4 to minus 1 union 0 to 2. So f is increasing in this interval. F is increasing whenever x lies in these intervals. F is decreasing in this interval. So f is therefore f is decreasing in minus 4, minus 1 union 0 to 2 follows. So based on the Leibniz rule, you have to find the derivative here. The remaining problem is same as if testing of or checking up of the interval in which the function is increasing and decreasing. So for such functions, particularly for integral functions, you have to take the derivative based on Leibniz rule. That is important here. Such problems may ask either in advance or mains. Similar model problem. Next problem. If fx equal to integral x to x square t minus 1 dx dt, not x, dt. For x lies between 1 and 2, then find the greatest value of fx. Greatest value of fx. Fx equal to integral x to x square of t minus 1 dt, where x lies between 1 and 2. Then find greatest value of fx. So given fx is here, integral x to x square of t minus 1 dt, where x lies between 1 and 2. X may take the value 1 or 2 also, and the other values that lies between 1 and 2 also. So by Leibniz rule, f dash x is d by dx of, I am taking derivative with respect to x here, x to x square of t minus 1 dt. That is differentiating this integral with respect to x, replace t with the upper limit initially in the function x square minus 1 and d by dx of upper limit x square minus replacing in the function the lower limit. Instead of t, introduce x, the lower limit, and derivative of the lower limit. This is just a simple application of Leibniz rule. So that the function is x square minus 1 into 2x minus x minus 1 into 1. Derivative of x is 1 and derivative of x square is 2x. Hence, therefore, f dash x is 2x cube minus 2x minus x plus 1. 2x cube minus 2x minus x plus 1, which is 2x cube minus 3x plus 1. Now find the stationary points or the critical points where the function f dash x is 0. Now f dash x equal to 0 implies 2x cube minus 3x plus 1 is 0. Clearly x equal to 1 satisfies this equation, because taking x equal to 1 here, 2 minus 3 plus 1, 0. It satisfies that one. So by synthetic division method, taking synthetic division here, divide this cubic expression with 1, because 1 satisfies that equation. So by synthetic division we can find the other factors. 2 adding 2 into 1, 2 minus 1 into 1 minus 1, 0. So hence by synthetic division you can factorize this one as x minus 1, because 1 satisfies that equation. Hence x minus 1 is a factor. The remaining factor is given by 2x square plus 2x minus 1, which is 0. 2x square plus 2x minus 1. Now, therefore, x takes the value 1, comma, or x equal to, from this, minus b plus or minus square root of b square, that is 4 minus 4ac plus 8 by 2a, that is 4. That is minus 2 plus or minus root 12 means 2 root 3 by 4, which is minus 1 plus or minus root 3 by 2. Hence here we have 3 values for x. 3 values for x. Therefore, x equal to 1, minus 1 plus root 3 by 2, minus 1 minus root 3 by 2. So here we have 3 values. 3 values. All the values lies between 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Now to get the greatest value, observe in which interval it is increasing. Observe in which interval it is increasing. So let us consider these points on the real axis. This is completely negative. So minus 1 minus root 3 by 2. Okay. Next, this value. This value is root 3 minus 1 by 2. Next, this one, 1. X equal to 1. Oh, x is more than 1 here. X must be more than 1, of course. These values are, once you consider these values like this. For extreme right means x more than 1. For x more than 1, this is positive. Taking suppose x equal to 2. Taking x equal to 2, this is positive. This is clearly positive. X more than 1, f dash x is positive. Alternatively, this is negative. For these values, f dash x is negative. Moreover, here you need not discuss the other values, because x is more than 1 only. So for x more than 1 and up to 2, f dash x is greater than 0 itself. Therefore, f is increasing function here. F is increasing function in the given interval. Therefore, fx is increasing function in given interval for 1, 2. For x is more than 1 itself. The function is clearly increasing, because f dash x is positive. This one is positive. So that since it is increasing, the function is increasing, the maximum value Here the function is increasing means suppose in between 1 and 2 the curve is increasing. So the maximum value, greatest value is obtained at x equal to 2 because it is increasing in the interval 1 to 2. The maximum value of the function, the vertical length is maximum at x equal to 2. So therefore f maximum or f greatest value is given by f of 2 itself. F of 2 itself at x equal to 2, it takes maximum value. The maximum value is obtained for taking x equal to 2. It is nothing but integral 2 to 2 square means 4 t minus 1 dt itself. So by simple integration, this integral is for t, the integral is t square by 2. For 1, the integral is t within the limits 2 to 4. Already that was obtained from the integrals. Integral is nothing but reverse process of differentiation. It is a simple integral. Integral of t is t square by 2. Integral of 1 is t. So you are familiar that integral once the integral is considered. In the chapter you come across those concepts in the chapter integrals, the next chapter. So that taking t equal to 4 at upper limit, the value is 16 by 2 minus 4. At lower limit, the value of the integral is 4 by 2 minus 2. The integral value at upper limit minus integral value at lower limit, that gives us that integral. So this is 8 by 2, 4 minus, this is 4 minus 4, 0. So the maximum value is of the function is 4. So f maximum is obtained at x equal to 2 because it is increasing in the interval. In the given interval, it is completely increasing. That is the beauty of the problem. So the discussion is only just I confined for the values of x more than 1 because the given interval is between 1 and 2, not less than 1. So that's why I discussed f dash x nature for x is more than 1. That is more important. You can use the Leibniz rule to evaluate the first derivative of the function, particularly once the function is given in the integral form. That is the concept here. A different concept from the board level concepts, board level problems. I will give one more problem. Piecewise curves. If fx equal to (3x square plus 12x minus 1) for minus 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2, 37 minus x for 2 is less than x is less than or equal to 3, then the first option is here, f is increasing in minus 1 comma 2, b, f is decreasing in minus 1 comma 2, c, f is increasing in 2 comma 3, f is constant in minus 1 comma. This is the piecewise curve. Piecewise curve means once x varies from minus 1 to 3, in the interval minus 1 to 2, it takes a quadratic form, whereas whenever x lies between 2, 3, it takes a linear form. So, in this interval, once x lies in this interval, it is a straight line, whereas whenever x lies between -1 and 2, it is a parabola because it is a quadratic expression. The nature of the function changes particularly at x equal to 2, from parabola to straight line. That is to be observed. Such functions are said to be piecewise functions. Now, in this case, for once the function is given in its piecewise form, then increasing and decreasing nature of the function. So, let us consider f dash x here. Here f dash x is differentiating this one, we get 6x plus 12x. This is for -1 is less than x is less than or equal to 2, and derivative of 37 minus x is -1 for 2 is less than x is less than or equal to 3. That is the derivative of the function. Now, clearly, whenever x lies between 2 and 3, f dash is negative, clearly. So, in this interval, the function is decreasing only. The function is decreasing because this is negative. Let us observe this one. Once x lies between -1 and 2, what is f dash x? So, for -1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2 implies 6x lies between -6 and 12. Whenever x lies between -1 and 2, 6x lies between -6 and 12. Now, 6x plus 12 is obtained by adding 12 throughout the inequality. 12 plus 12. So that 6 is less than or equal to 6x plus 12 is less than or equal to 24. 6x plus 12 whenever x lies between -1 and 2 is f dash x. So, f dash x is positive. Hence, f dash x is positive for -1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2, and f dash x is negative for 2 is less than x is less than or equal to 3. So, f dash x is positive means in this interval f is increasing, in this interval f is decreasing. So, we can conclude that therefore, f is increasing in the interval -1 comma 2 and f is decreasing in the interval 2 to 3. So, f is increasing in -1 comma 2 itself. The first option is the right option. F is decreasing in 2 comma 3, but here is given increasing. So, piecewise, in case of piecewise curves, you can observe like this. What is the stationary point in this case? Clearly, at x equal to 2, first derivative, whether it exists or not, let us consider at x equal to 2. F dash of 2 is here 6 into 2 plus 12, that is 24. This is of course 2 at x equal to 2, 24. Whereas 2 plus f dash of 2 plus means the right derivative at 2. The right derivative at 2 is -1. The left derivative at 2 is 24 itself. Because for x less than 2 also the derivative is same. These two are not equal. Here. Hence, f dash 2 actually does not exist at x equal to. In this case, at x equal to 2, the function is not, the derivative of the function is not defined, because right derivative is -1, left derivative is 24. left derivative is 24. Hence, you can say that at x equal to 2, the first derivative does not exist, hence it is critical point. Moreover, critical point in the sense there the point is stationary. Moreover, graphically, once you observe this function graphically, in the interval 2 to 3, what is the function? 37 minus x. So, x takes the value, lower value 2. It is 35. The value is at 35. This is the point 2 comma 35. At x equal to 3, this one is 37 minus 3, 34. 34 means x for x equal to 3, it come down to 34 for x equal to 3. The graph is a straight line. In this interval, the graph is a straight line. Until then, it is a parabola. Y equal to 3x square minus 12x minus 1 is a parabola. The parabola is here. The parabola may be like this, taking x equal to 0, y equal to minus 1, x equal to 0, y equal to minus 1. It is passing through 0 comma 1. And the parabola may be like this. It takes the term at minus 2. Once f dash x equal to 0, we get x equal to minus 2. So, there the derivative is at minus 2, the derivative does not, the derivative is 0 means it has a tangent parallel to x-axis. So, the graph of the curve is until this one value for less than 2 and until minus 1. Until minus 1, it is of course increasing. Until minus 1, it is increasing. Of course, the graph is increasing nature means like this. I thought that this one is like this. This one is like this. The parabola until minus 1, it is increasing. Let us consider minus 1, it is increasing. The parabola is like this. At somewhere it takes its turn, of course. So, it takes turn like this. Until this one, it is increasing between minus 1 to 2. It takes a parabola shape, and then it takes a straight line shape, which is decreasing. At this point, it changes its nature from increasing to decreasing at x equal to 2. So, that is the problem here. Next one. Next. Find the stationary points. Find the stationary points of fx equal to x minus 2 whole power 4 and x plus 1 whole cube. Find the stationary points of fx equal to x minus 2 whole power 4 and x plus 1 whole cube. To get the stationary point, let us consider f dash x. F dash x is by product rule, you have to differentiate this product, x minus 2 whole power 4 and x plus 1 whole cube. Taking the product rule, first function into derivative of the second function plus second function into derivative of the first function. This is the product rule. So derivative of x plus 1 whole cube here, x minus 2 whole power 4 into, derivative is 3 into x plus 1 whole square. Derivative of x plus 1, that is clearly 1 of course. Similarly, x plus 1 whole cube into derivative of x minus 2 whole power 4 is 4 into x minus 2 whole cube into derivative of the base function x minus 2. But a derivative of x plus 1 is 1, derivative of x minus 2 is also 1. So this is x minus 2 whole power 4, 3 into x plus 1 whole square product into 1. This is plus 4 into x plus 1 whole cube into x minus 2 whole cube. Derivative of x minus 2 is also 1. Now taking common terms here, x minus 2 whole cube you can take common and x plus 1 whole square. Taking those, so therefore 3 into x minus 2 here, one factor remains here, and here is one factor, 4 into x plus 1. Therefore, f dash x is here x minus 2 whole cube, x plus 1 whole square. Now on simplification, 3x plus 4x, 7x, minus 6 plus 4. Minus 6 plus 4 gives us minus 2. Now to get the stationary points, f dash x must be 0. So therefore, f dash x equal to 0 implies these three factors 0 means x equal to 2 or minus 1 or 2 by 7. F dash x is 0 whenever x equal to 2 or x equal to minus 1 or x equal to 2 by 7. Once making this one 0, you get this point. Making this one 0, you get this point. Making this one 0, you get this point. So the stationary points are given by stationary points. F dash x is stationary at x equal to 2, minus 1, 2 by 7. Stationary points. Stationary points are given by 2 comma f of 2, which is 2 comma f of 2 is 0. Okay? Or otherwise minus 1 comma f of 2. F of minus 1. F of minus 1. Taking x equal to minus 1 in this one. That is minus 1 comma 0. This is one more stationary point. And similarly, x for 2 by 7, f of 2 by 7. That is 2 by 7. I will calculate for x equal to 2 by 7, f value. 2 by 7 minus 2 whole square. 2 by 7 plus 1 whole cube. This is 14 means minus 12 by 7 whole square into 9 by 7 whole cube. That is 144 into 9 cube by 7 power 5. So these are the stationary points. These are the stationary points where the function is neither increasing nor decreasing because the first derivative is 0. The first derivative is 0. Stationary points are obtained by taking x values where the first derivative 0 in the function. So this is stationary point. This is x coordinate, this is corresponding y coordinate on the curve. So such points are stationary points. Here the derivatives becomes 0.